You're listening to the We Are Libertarians podcast network. Find all of our shows at wearelibertarians.com. Welcome to Now Hear This. I'm your host, Chris Spangle. Now Hear This is a conversation with leaders in Indianapolis that are working to improve the lives of Hoosiers. Our goal is to empower you to join in their work and make a difference while informing you about the unseen aspects of life in Indiana. If you miss an episode, you can now listen via podcast at nowhearthisindy.com. We're speaking to restaurants that are making a difference. Obviously, the restaurant industry has been hit hard through the shutdown and the pandemic, and there are a lot of restaurants out there who are doing a lot of good work to help a lot of people, and one of those folks is Danielle Cooney, who is the general manager of Soupremacy. And Danielle, thank you for joining me.
You're welcome.
Tell us a little bit about your restaurant, where you're located, and what do you specialize in?
Sure. So we are located right off of Monument Circle on East Market Street, right next to Starbucks. We specialize in gourmet soups and salads and paninis. We offer, in normal times, 13 to 15 soups that that rotate every day, and then some classics that stay on the menu all the time.
So obviously,
and then we do delivery, catering, all of that stuff.
Okay, so you do catering. I apologize, I stepped on you there. So obviously this is not normal times, and there's a lot of concern for the restaurant industry, obviously, because of the shift in people's habits and abilities. So how did you initially, and how are you continuing to make? Obviously, you're open and you're doing a lot of different things. How did you come to that conclusion? What were your first thoughts as this started to hit? Your first thought as a restaurateur when this started, we kind of saw it happening in other cities and knew it was going to happen. So it was just a matter of when it was going to happen. So we, a week or so prior, kind of started thinking of ways that we could, as not just a restaurant, but as a small business, survive the potential of a complete shutdown. The other thing that we knew is that we had a product that we just wanted to get in front of as many people as possible, without trying to make a profit. We have things in place for a lot of different types of people, the frontline workers, the people that are now jobless, all of those types of people. And we just wanted to try to do what we do best. We feed people. We feed them good, nutritious food, and we wanted to be able to continue doing that to lots of different. So let's talk about some of the programs that you've got going on. First, tell us about Feeding the Front Lines. What are you doing in that respect?
So the Feed the Front Lines program is a program where people can go to our website and order online, and they just say that they want to feed the front lines. They can choose however many they want. It is $6 per bowl of soup. So there is a discount on that. And then we are in touch with local hospitals to take those bowls of soup to their staff. And it's not necessarily the ER staff. There are units that are directly involved in COVID-19. But there's a lot of other units that have to deal with the same stuff. So we took soup to the Agnew Cancer Center. We've done Community Eats. We're doing Eskenazi on Monday. So that's what that program is. And it's just a way to try to get good food into the people's stomachs that are fighting the hardest for us,
Yeah. It's tough. My mom is an RN in Hendricks Community, and obviously it's a very difficult time for me, for her, and everybody involved. Mm-hmm. So it's, not knowing a lot of specifics of what's going on, things at the hip, I can tell you that it's very difficult in those COVID units. So I thank you for doing that. I know it means a lot to the people that are working there. Tell us about Sponsor a Soup. What is that program?
So the Sponsor Soup, it's $15, so there's a little bit of a discount there. And those quarts of soup, it's a quart of soup instead of just a bowl, and it's actually being taken to different community centers, different outreach programs, anybody that has the ability to keep the soup frozen and then distribute it to people that need it. So we've partnered with, the MLK Center and some of those, the Horizon House and some of that. And people can, again, go on our website, order as many as they want. And then we just take it to the centers as they need stuff. So it's really great. It, again, gets good food into people's stomachs that, may not have, that have just kind of found themselves all of a sudden trying to figure it out,
What are you hearing in terms of the need?
There are a lot of programs that are giving soup or giving food in general to different programs. There is a very large need for stuff like that right now. But I think as a city, we are doing a really good job of filling that need.
Excellent. And so people can go to your website. Tell us the website, please.
It's Soupremacy.com. So SOUPREMACY.com.
And people can find that in the show notes on the podcast or at our website, nowhearthisindy.com, if you want to go and make a $15 donation to help feed a family or help feed the front line. And you're also offering a catering option. Tell us a little bit about that, please.
So we're doing 2 weekly deliveries throughout Marion County and the surrounding 9 counties, and it's a family meal deal. So it's a quart of soup, a family-sized salad, and a pack of 12 Amelia's dinner rolls for $35. It's delivered free of charge to your door. With that program, if you wanted to do something like, if you wanted to do the family meal deal, you could also add on a sponsored soup or a Feed the Frontline with that as well. And then we would take those directly to the hospitals and the food pantries and stuff.
That's great.
And that you would also find on our website. There would be a form for you to fill out, and we would send you an invoice for it.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell the website again. Let's get it out there as much as we can.
It's Soupremacy.com. SOUPREMACY.com.
And you're doing a lot of those deliveries. Have you done delivery before? I mean, how much have you had to expand your delivery options, and how are you handling that?
So we have always offered delivery in a 16-block radius of downtown, Monday through Friday, 10:30 to 3, for kind of your single sandwich delivery orders or single soup delivery orders, or, a catering order. We have drastically expanded our delivery area for like the family meal deal, and we do like a frozen soup delivery every other week as well. We started that back in December, doing it once a month. And are continuing to offer it in increased intervals as people need it.
So let me ask this, because a lot of these new strategies that I think a lot of businesses are having to come up with, my assumption is a lot of those will kind of stick around afterwards. Are you looking past this and going, hey, we're doing this thing now and we're going to keep doing it afterwards, or is it sort of triage for you right now? Have you given thought to the future and how your business might change through this?
We have, actually. I think that everything we are doing currently, we will continue to do. We will still offer a Feed the Frontline program. We will still offer sponsored soup. We will still do the frozen soup delivery. We will still do the family meal deal. We won't deliver the family meal deal twice a week, but they will still be available. And they may be something we offer once a month, once things kind of go back to normal. Some of that we'll just have to see how it plays out, if there's still enough interest in getting things like that delivered. But the Feed the Frontline, right now it's the nurses and the doctors, but in October, it might be the police stations and the fire departments and the Army base. It's the front line changes based on how the country is. So that is where our focus would be with that.
Excellent. So thank you so much for joining us. I've got one final question for you, and it is this. As you're out and you're in the community and you're dropping things off or you're talking to people as you're setting these things up, What do you think people ought to know as you talk to a lot of these frontline folks? What do people need to hear right now?
That is a good question. One of the biggest things that I have heard from specifically people on the front line, the nurses I've talked to, the people that have come out to get the food, is really how grateful they are. It really helps boost the morale when they get deliveries like that. They're very appreciative and thankful, and I think it helps them feel like they're not doing this alone. I think just the big draw of the community reaching out to help, I can't personally feed the hospital, the entire hospital by myself, but I can donate, $10 or $15 with 500 other people, and we can feed the entire hospital. We can feed multiple hospitals. And I think just people coming together and doing that has been really impactful to them.
Excellent. Again, we are talking to Danielle Cooney, who is the general manager of Soupremacy, and their website. Tell us your website again one more time, please.
It's soupremacy.com, SOUPREMACY.com.
Excellent. So please go help the frontline folks, help people who are in need. We encourage you to go and help Soupremacy in this time. Everybody's looking. There's a lot of need, and we thank you, Danielle, for doing your part. And I know it's greatly appreciated by everyone in the audience. So thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Now Hear This. I'm your host, Chris Spangle. If you missed any portion of our program, you can listen on our website, nowhearthisindy.com. If you'd like to have your organization featured on the show, please contact Gabby at 317-475-7407 or via the contact page on our website. Thanks for listening, and we will be back again next weekend with Now Hear This. If you want to sound smarter when talking with your friends, our mission at the We Are Libertarians podcast network is to inform you about the world in an independent and irreverent way. We take current events way more seriously than we take ourselves. We help listeners understand current events to empower you to improve your life while liberating your community. And in the process, we are building relationships that keep each of us sane. With a group of co-hosts from across the political spectrum, we toss out the screaming heads, put people before political parties. We give you the tools to think differently in a world where there is more than just Team Red and Team Blue. So download all of our shows on any podcast app by searching for We Are Libertarians, and check out my show, The Chris Spangle Show.